I hope you guys are back. Let me just get something sorted out here. Yeah, sorry for the switch over. I anticipated this would happen. Yeah, I hope everyone's able to make their way over here, though. Alright, so here's where we left off. Alright, well, you guys can see the live stream then? Because I can't find my live stream on my page, which is weird. Oh, wait, here it is. Never mind, I found it. Okay. Alright, thanks for your patience, everyone. Alright, so we just found our way into this new room. Room 3. It looks a bit childlike with some of the imagery here. We have like a sun and a moon, and someone drew on the wall a little man in a top hat. We've been seeing top hats. There was a top hat in the room with the elephant foot. It was hanging on the coat rack. And then there was also a picture of a tap dancing man with a top hat in one of the other rooms too. Hello again, I hope everyone made it back over here. Yeah, so some of these words are written reversed horizontal, and then some of them, like this one, is mirrored vertical. Alright, so what these say is, what is your sign? This, I'm guessing, is the number 33 written backwards. This one says 9 backwards. This one says 8-1, but maybe that's supposed to be 18 if it's backwards. This one also says stop, which I think that's probably not a good sign. Stop. It wants us to stop. Maybe there's no good way to go from here, even though this one says this way. Looks like there's 3 pots over here. They look like they're full of water, actually. And there's this weird picture here of like a sphinx type figure with a backwards question mark. Yeah. You think the stop sign is a warning? Yeah, I think it might be also. That's a cool trick, Edward. How did you write your N's backwards? Are those like Russian symbols? 18 seems to be the sunny path. Yeah, I generally feel pretty good about the sun. I generally lean towards doors that are closed. Ones that are standing open I feel nervous about, especially when they're like just kind of dark behind them. Yeah, I can't read those symbols. I have no idea how to pronounce any of that. Oh, you have a Russian keyboard. Oh, okay. That's cool. I've seen keyboards that can type like Chinese symbols, or they can convert like English letters into Chinese symbols. It reads Jagovo vor you po Ruski? Ruski? I don't know. What does that mean? 33 has a moon. Yeah, there's a crescent moon here. It has a face. The sun does not have a face. The top hat man does not have a face either. Oh, it just means I speak Russian. Okay, cool. Oh, hey, Endosi, good to see you. I know I don't stream very often, do I? I need a good reason to stream. Moon versus sun, 33 versus 18. You don't speak Russian. Yeah, neither do I. I think that room 9 is not gonna be room 9. Italian Rebel, you don't think that the word 9 spelled out would mean the actual number 9? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if we saw 9 there and we turned to page 9, I mean, wouldn't that just mean it could be? I don't know. I don't know how that works. Obviously, this door here has no numbers, so we can't go through it. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, okay. So because it's written out in letters, you think that that would be bad? Like, don't go that way. Especially since there's a stop sign here, I'm inclined to agree with you. That the numbers so far have all been actual written numbers, not spelled out numbers. Two streams? Oh, well, it's one stream broken up into two because technical stuff. Okay. Bernie, did you just type I don't speak Russian in Russian symbols? I say 18. 18 is the way to go, I'm afraid. Okay. So we have 2 votes for 18. I'm inclined to agree with that. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna start turning to 18 unless someone is gonna shout out and stop me for any reason. Oh, okay, well, it was nice seeing you for a little bit, Endo. Sad to see you go. You said I speak German in Russian symbols. Like I speak neither of those languages, so. Alright. So this room I have seen before. It says, a much warmer room. Shadows dance across the floor to the fire's music. Someone's lost his hat. Are you sure it's the hat that is lost? I asked reasonably. No one would answer me. Ducking behind a curtain and hurrying down a passageway we came to. Well, it's not much dialogue going on here, but we see the top hat again. I don't know what that means, though. Alright. Okay. You can sing in German, okay. So we really only have 2 choices here. And I'm not feeling good about either one. 13 has the curtain open. And there's a bowling pin? That's the first time we've seen a bowling pin. Overall, we're in what looks like a big open space with this giant fireplace with a face, and the fire's in the mouth. I'm seeing some kind of like serpent or dragon up here on the top part of the fireplace. And there's 2 chairs. And there's musical notes above the doors. And we can't go through these 2 because there's no number. So it's either 13 or 3. Edward votes for 3. I'm inclined to go with 3 too. I don't know why. Again, just those doors that are sitting open, I just don't like them. I don't know. They could be fine, I don't know. I just feel like I don't like them, you know? There's some logs sitting over here outside of the fireplace. Looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 logs outside of the fireplace. There's a pair of chairs. And something I found in one of the rooms before was there was always 3 pairs, or like pairs of 3. Okay, Jokic says 13. Three, so we have a split vote here. 3 and 13. 1 for each. I only count my own vote as a tiebreaker if it comes down to it. The note on 3 looks like the beginning of Moonlight Sonata. Oh, do you know how to read music? Okay, we got another vote for 3. Yeah, I think we did get in this room last time as well, which makes me kind of worried. I mean, we did really good so far, honestly. I mean, we got to a lot of new rooms this time. Alright, so I'm gonna turn to 3. Let's see where this gets us. Oh, right, 3 just takes us back to where we were. Was that 18? That we were just in? See, this is why I should be paying more attention to the numbers we're walking through. Okay, yeah. So 3 and 18 just connect to each other, and so we could go back and forth between those for a while. So we can either go back to 18 and decide to go through 13, which was that open curtain, or we can try 33. I mean, 9 is still technically an option, though I'm very disinclined to go through 9. You think we should go through 9? You studied 3 years of music. Yeah, okay. Okay. Starting to draw a choiceless path. I think we should backtrack. Yeah, that may very well be. Unfortunately, for a lot of these rooms, it appears that the door that you walk through, like, shuts behind you and you can't go back through it for a lot of them. Like, whatever path we were on before, like, I don't think there's a way to get back to it from here. Yeah, unless maybe we can find a new way there, but we can't actually go back through the doors we came through, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm thinking 33. Let's try 33. Jokic still thinks we should go back to 13. Go to 33 and try 7. Were we in room 33 before? I honestly don't remember. Yeah, we were in 33 before. Alright, well, so we have one vote to go through 33 and possibly back to room 7. And we have one vote to go back to room 18 and see what's behind the curtain of the number 13 door. No, if we turn to page 18, that takes us to the room with the fireplace. And there was only 2 options in that room. 3, which brings us back here, and the other one was 13. And that had like that slightly open curtain. Yeah, and if we go through 33, according to Italian Rebel, we can make our way back to room 7. I honestly don't recall. Okay, so we have 2 votes for 13, so I'll have to go with that. So we technically go to room 18 first, and then go 13, which is right here. Okay. This is a room I have seen before. Okay. So it says, room number 13. They weren't really comfortable here, and I knew why. No, they said. We're not all superstitious. Only some of you, then? They were worried it might be Friday. Well, it's true that it was closer to the end of the week than they realized. It takes a great deal of experience, certainly more than they possess, to understand how time works in the maze. The clock thought it was 6 in the evening. We quickly moved on to ... Yeah, there's definitely some weird stuff going on with time here. They were afraid that it was Friday, though he said it was later in the week. Closer to the end of the week than they realized. Yeah, okay. Week. They said week. He said the word week, and here we have, all of these words. They said Friday. They said superstitious. Bernie says, we've been to 18 and 27 or 25 are open doors again. Yeah, they're all open doors this time. The clock is pointing to the pendulum. The pendulum aids to 25. Oh yeah, okay, so if we look at the way it's pointing this way, if we go this direction, it's pointing to 25. But if we're going off of this angle, if that is pointing, that points to 27. What time is displayed on here? I don't see like a shadow on here. The light, what did it say? The clock thought it was 6 in the evening. Oh, this clock says it's 6 in the evening. I don't know why he says evening. I mean, it could be 6 in the morning. A clock like that doesn't really show morning or evening. Okay. 6 p.m. means the sundial would point to room 18. Okay. So we have a vote for 25. There's a word missing in the bottom of the list of time units. You mean seconds? Huh, seconds. Yeah, I don't know. Meridian would have such a straight shadow only at zenith 12. The sundial does show noon. So you think the sundial is showing noon? I mean, whatever angle this light is shining on it. I don't see like a distinct shadow though, the way it's drawn. It's kind of weird. Oh, wait a second. Okay, no, I think you're right because this light is pointed at it, but it's not turned on. It's off. The light source, that the way it's drawn, is coming from directly above, as if it was high noon. Even though the guide said it was 6 p.m., which I don't think I trust the guide, but if this light source, presuming it's the sun, is noon, coming straight down on top, "6 a.m. would point towards the observer." Okay. Would noon point over here? Right here in the middle, if it was noon? The shadow would be in the middle, right? Along this part? It's high noon, we're dead. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, shoot. Like a shootout. At high noon is a shootout. There's a director's chair with a horn, or a, what do you call this? It's like a megaphone or something. A director's chair. Like, what does the director's chair, like, the director usually shouts cut and action, right? Cut, action. If you switch on the lamp, the sundial would point towards 27. Huh, okay. Alright. Well, this is a total toss-up for me. I'm gonna go with whatever you guys say. I can't seem to piece together what any of this means. There's some skeletons on these clocks. All of the doors look pretty much identical, except for the numbers, obviously. Millennium, century, decade, year, month, week, day, hour, minute. Okay, he mentions Friday, so that would be day. He does mention 6 p.m., which would be hour. He does mention week, so these three get mentioned. Bernie votes for 27. Edward votes for 25. Okay. The clock thought it was 6 in the evening. Yeah, this is a complete toss-up for me. I have no idea. Well, since Edward is more sure, maybe we should go with 25. Oh no, but Jokic votes for 27 as well. Yeah, sorry. You are outnumbered, Edward. Sorry. Alright. let's go with 27, I think. See where that takes us. Sorry. Sometimes you're just outnumbered, you know. I gotta go with the majority. Oh man, I don't think this is good, you guys. I don't think this is good at all. I've been in this room many times. And yeah, I also can say I've gone the bad way many times in this book. So if we're looking at familiar rooms, I don't think that's good for me. So it says, a darkened chamber dominated by a large figure. We could see that someone had been working here recently. The entrance I had so carefully hidden had been uncovered. I made a note to return as soon as possible, as I could, and fill in the hole again. The visitors were so intrigued with the entrance at the bottom of the excavation that they ignored what the figure was trying to tell them. Where are the workmen? They must be ahead of us, I said. If we hurry, we can catch them. I mean, catch up with them. I herded the group through the door to blank. So one thing that I just thought of to consider about this hole in the floor, it might not necessarily mean someone was trying to dig into number 9. They may have been trying to dig out of number 9. 13, then we can go back to 25. I think that might be the best option, honestly. Look what you've done. No. Oh, I'm sorry, Italian Rebel. I didn't know you voted 25. I didn't see it. I guess I missed it. Okay. I think we might have to go through 13. Just some things here, though. There's a Latin phrase here. There's a Latin phrase here at the bottom of this statue. It says, Fata viam invenient. Fata viam invenient. Does anyone know Latin? You can read Latin. I know you guys probably can't see what it says. Let me write it down here. Invenient. And it has a question mark at the end, I think. So it's that. Can you read that? My stream image looks like really pixelated right now, so yeah, sorry the quality is not that great. I have no idea what to do about that, honestly. Can you guys read what my post-it note says? There's a number on the right of the door? What do you mean, on the right of the door? Yes, Italian Rebel, you got it. Go to the right. I don't think there's no number on this door. We can't go through this one. So this door has no number, it only has a heart above it. This one is number 13, and it has a spade, which is kind of an inverted heart. And this one down here actually is number 9. So we can technically go through this door. but we know that someone was either trying to dig their way in or dig their way out. The guide said we should go in this door, but I don't know if I trust the guide. Fates will find? Is that what fata viam invenient means? We found the way of fate. So something about finding your fate. That's what Google says. No, wait, I fucked up. It's okay, we can try again. The right of the right door? Are you talking about the page number? Yeah, this is the page number, so the number down here is the number of the room that we're currently in. Oh, we have a vote for 9. Okay, Jokic is feeling very bold. Fate will find its way. Okay. Okay, we have a vote for 9, we have a vote for backtracking to 13. I think several others said to go to 13 as well, right? He is a joke age. Yeah, okay, I think we're gonna go back to 13. Sorry, joke age. Yeah, everyone's saying 13. Okay. Alright, so here we are in 13. So we just came back from 27. And that was the Latin statue. So we have either 25 or 18. I think we said this. Well, you know what? This little megaphone thing here, it's pointing to room 18. And he said, like, week, day, and hour, which maybe means that this sign has some significance, which might mean that these items here are the significant clues to follow. For no special reason, 25. Oh, so we have been to 18? Okay. Chris, we can go only on numbered doors. Oh, okay, yeah. Alright, so it looks like maybe 25 is the way to go then. Okay. Alright, so this is definitely a room I have never seen before. I've not been on this page in all of the times I have failed this maze. So we're in a new room, which I feel good about. This guy looks like he doesn't feel very good. Oh, wow, the series of images at the top of this room are very disturbing. I know my stream might not look very clear. How does the image look right now? Basically what we see here is like a series of images, a picture of the same man. Here he is with his eyes closed. Here he is with his eyes starting to open. Here he is with his eyes open. The images are starting to get darker. He's looking down into the side towards 35. And he's looking more and more scared in each image as it gets darker and darker. And he's looking towards room 25. And in the last image, his eyes are wide open, but it's super dark. You can almost barely see him, and he looks terrified. Oh, I'm sorry you guys see pixels. I hope my descriptions are sufficient enough to help you figure it out. If you're seeing something pink, that's probably my hand. Yeah, I'm holding a pen. It's that blurry that all you see is like a pink blob. That's pretty bad. Okay, Edward says 35. Well, you're feeling very bold, aren't you? Yeah, I think we have been to 35 already, though. Yeah, I'm not sure how to adjust the bit rate. So you're saying we've been to 13 and 35. So you're saying 34, okay. Yeah, I don't think we've been to 34 yet. Oh, I forgot to read the dialogue for this room. It says, a high room with the image of a crown on the wall for everyone to see now. Though one of my parents might be low-born, the other was close to a king. I've always felt at home here. Which door ought we take? They wanted to know. I rather brusquely indicated the 3 doors. Any of these is fine for my purposes. They were disconcerted at the apparent lack of clues. Perhaps in another room they left 4. So it looks like there was a number above this door, but it got ripped down by our guide, who clearly has an ulterior motive going on here. No one could have been 36. Yeah, so there's no way for us to go through that because we don't know the number. The physics in this maze work, weird. You can't just walk through numberless doors, apparently. So we have a vote for 34. We have a couple votes for 34. Yeah, I mean, this is a room I haven't been in before, so I don't feel bad. 34 is coming off the wall. Well, I guess all of them are kind of coming off the wall. What makes you think the crown is number 7? Edward still says 35. You don't know if the crown is 4, though. You can't. It doesn't work that way, Bernie. You can't just pick random numbers and, like, decide where the door goes. I wish it worked that way. It'd be a lot easier to find our way through this place. Well, I think a couple people said 34, and I think Edward is again alone in his vote for 35. Okay, Bernie's just gonna vote for random numbers at this point. Yes, that room with the planks a few times back, it did have, I thought it was a crown. I know you thought it looked like a bear trap, but there does seem to be a theme of crowns. In the very beginning, the guide mentioned that he wore a crown, or he mentioned that the visitors didn't see that he wore a crown or something like that. So there's some kind of like heir to the throne type thing going on with the guide, I think. Okay. So I'm hearing people say 34, which is this way. Let's see where it gets us. Ah, okay. Another new room. Well, we're definitely taking a very long path right now, guys. Also, just a note, my second camera device, you know, doesn't have infinite battery, so it will probably cut out at some point. I have no idea how much longer I may or may not have. So if it cuts out, we'll just say that's the end, because I have no other devices to film on. And we'll have to maybe just try another live stream soon if we want to continue our adventure. Yeah, just so you guys know if that happens. The 10 back looks not too bad. The 10, yeah, back to room 10. Yeah, that would take us back pretty far. I mean, not in a bad way, because I feel like we are off track for sure. Okay, so this room says a middle-class drawing room or parlor. It was amazing how much more comfortable they felt in these surroundings. Everyone sat down, some on the floor, and chatted about where they had been and where they should go. Magpies, I said to myself, not a real thought in their heads. They were so much at ease they almost missed what the room was telling them altogether. They finally got the message, which I thought was pretty obvious, and we went on to blank. Wow, okay. Lots of classist tones in this dialogue. But our guide seems to want us to follow a particular path. Perhaps it's this one. Quick. There's a cane pointing this way, and there's literally a person walking through the door, and there's a note that says yes. So clearly there's very strong messages going into 25, though that might be our guide trying to mislead us. Did we ever see the guy on the door? You mean this guy? No, but he has a top hat, and that seems to be maybe not the best option sometimes. We can't decipher what's going on in the room. Okay, so it looks like kind of a living room with like just sort of wallpaper. There's a couch here. There's 3 doors, a number 10 and a number 25, and then this one has no number, so we really only have 2 options, it seems. The number 10 says maybe on it. 25 says yes and has a person walking through the door. Number 25 also has a cane on the floor that is pointing towards that door, and it has a little tag on it that says quick. Edward keeps picking the dark, mysterious rooms that I would say are very foreboding. I think Edward has a death wish, possibly. Italian Rebel says, I have the weird feeling that we took the right path from a different angle and now we are backtracking on a good path, thinking of going forward. I know the way. Oh, do you? Are you in cahoots with our guide, Edward? I go for maybe. Jokic says 10. Yeah, I think 10 maybe is gonna take us, well, that will definitely take us back to a room that was probably closer to the right path for sure. Yeah, I thought so, Edward. I thought so. Um, so there's a little note here on the table that has 3 words on it. The words are jibe, pine, and compass. I have no idea what that could be about. If I don't know what jibe means. Jibe, Jibe. On the bottom left, yeah, that's that note. There's also a picture here on this chair. It looks like a potato. It just looks like a drawing of a potato. And then this picture on the wall is like an Egyptian ship with like a giant sail. It has like an eye drawn on it. Or maybe it's a Viking ship. It's either like Viking or Egyptian ship in the water on like some clouds in the sky behind it. Thinking of the question we've been asked before, will fate find its way? I think that we are answering right. No. We are answering right. No. It's a left turn on the sailboat. Maybe. What's sitting on the sofa? Oh, it's just a pillow in the corner. It just has like a stripy pattern that it actually makes squares. It would be like the same fabric that the couch is made of, but in the pattern it makes like squares on the pillow. And then actually there's a picture up here above the couch. We can see part of it. It has a like a monument type structure, a big spire, and a crescent moon above that. We've seen a crescent moon before. A couple times, I think. Was that maybe a joke about the room 10? Go left, number 10. Okay. Alright, guys. Number 10, left, maybe. Oops, don't look at that. That's the wrong one. Here we go. Alright, we're all the way back in room 10 now. So this is a room that we were in before, for those of you who have joined us a little later. I think we ended up going through 41. Was what we ended up doing last time we were here. We can't relax. Well, interestingly enough, there is a bed here, and our guide does encourage us to take a rest. Alright, so we went through 41 last time we were here, and I feel like that was good. I think we were still on a good track then, but if you guys feel like trying a different number, there's 14 and 34, and I honestly cannot keep track of which rooms we've been in already. Sorry. I hope one of you is keeping track, because I'm definitely not. Okay, we have a vote for 34. Well, it's Saturday afternoon for me, but I can relax on a Saturday afternoon too. I'd rather die relaxed. Alright, so we're seeing 14. Yeah, lay down and sleep is an option. Sure. You can stay here and take a nap. We'll come back for you, Edward. Don't worry. Unless we get lost and die, then we won't come back for you. Alright, so 14. Ah, another room that we have not been to yet. Okay. So since my stream, I think it's still pretty crappy, right? I will do my best to describe this room to you guys. First of all, what strikes me the most about this room is that the scale is to the scale of like a mouse's perspective. So like here's a giant table leg in front of us with the table way above our heads. Here's like what would be the floorboards coming across here in like tiny little doorways that look like mouse holes. And there's a giant plug, like electrical plug right here above all of that. Some other things that are happening here is there's a paper clip on the floor right here that has a string attached to it. And the string goes through door 24. Another thing I'm seeing is there's a target drawn on the wall here by 43. Both of those don't seem good to me, but, you know, what do you guys think? Have we been to 24 before? I'm thinking we have. Have we been to 34? We can't win the $10,000 anyway. Let's see where we can go. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know what Italian Rebel is talking about, there's the creator of this book had a contest back when this book was published, like in 85 or 86. He had a contest that you can win $10,000 if you like mailed this, if you found out what the solution was. And you had to like write the solution down on like a postcard and like mail it to him or something. I don't even know if anyone ever won that. Okay, someone's voting for target room 43. Alright, someone else says, alright, Edward and Bernie both say 43. Oh, there's a computer game version of this. I was wondering if they had made something like that. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can find it. I'd want to play that for sure. Okay, so 43. So this is a room that I have been to many times before, and I think we're in trouble, guys. I think we're like really in trouble now. But we only have two options. So what it says here is a great hall dominated by the entrance to room 22. The face over the door had a sly look. Is it good or bad to have only two choices? They wanted to know. It was predictably enough, neither good nor bad. These people just didn't know how to phrase a meaningful question. You have to be very particular in this house. We went on to ... Alright, so there's some things going on here. Our only two options are 22 and 38. 22 is a big fancy door with like some carvings above it, and there's some kind of like megaphone horn looking thing peeking out from behind these curtains hanging in the doorway. That's 22. And then 38 is basically a hole in the floorboards with a ladder going down. There's a few other things around. So there's some hands holding out a sign here that says Peak, P-E-E-K. There's some hands over here holding a similar sign that says Part, P-A-R-T, Part. And then there's some vases, one on either side of the door here. This one says the word your, Y-O-U-R, and over here it says self. So yourself. I have no idea what that means. Yeah, there are solutions on the website. Some of the things I read to you earlier came from that website, but I didn't look at the website very thoroughly because I didn't want to know what the solutions were, because, you know, that's part of the fun of it. But certainly we can do that if you guys want. Okay, 38. People say 38. Okay. Peak reversed could be the 33 we had before. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's actually really good. Yeah, because that 33, it looked like two E's drawn exactly like that, huh? Ooh. I'm almost inclined to go with that. I'll consider that a solid option, actually, 33. I think that the clues work out when you manage to follow a specific path. We are going to randomly for the game to adapt. Peak, reverse, could be 33. 38. No, it's okay the way we do it. I want to reason for what we do. I have no idea. I'm kind of high right now. I think Rebel might be right. High can be right sometimes. 33. Okay, I think we have 2 votes for 33 and a couple votes for 38. I'm not sure if 33 would be cheating though, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think that might be... I'm not sure if that actually works with the mechanics of the book though. Okay, I think we have to go through 38. Because I want to, yeah. I don't want to just start, like, breaking the rules of the maze. Yeah, if you're wrong, we could be cheating, and, like, how that's true. Okay. Another room I've seen before. It says, a narrow space where one wall boasts half-finished carvings and another some sort of carnival poster. There was a little confusion as we made our entrance, but we soon sorted ourselves out. It was impossible to climb up the slippery side, and another door wouldn't open for us. So after emptying the pebbles from our shoes, we marched on to... Oh, that's where that slide goes. Remember, guys? Remember that room way back in the beginning? There was a slide that went down, and it went through door number 38. And that's where we are now. We're at the bottom of that slide. So, yeah. We were right that that was not the way to go. Because we're definitely on the bad path now. 22 was safe. Yeah, well, 22 was the only other option we had in our last room. Here we have 40, 22, and 43. think we were at 43 before. I can't keep track. Here's a boot all by itself. I wonder if that's the boot. The missing boot from one of those other rooms we were in earlier. There's like a poster here that says See, S-E-E with an exclamation point, and it has a monkey's profile with like an arrow pointing to his little monkey nose. There's some unfinished carvings all around door 40, and then 22 and 43 are just kind of simple, straightforward brick openings. Okay, Edward says 40. Bernie says 22. Italian Rebel says 40. You think the face above number 40 looks like he wants to kill us, and who are we to stop him? 40 looks good to me? Okay, sorry Bernie, you're outnumbered, but I guess we're going to 40. Alrighty. This looks like a very underground type room. The foundation of the maze. Deep underground, stones had been carved and fitted. Passages opened in the natural rock. These symbols are quite unusual, said one. They seem to be primitive signs. Do you know what signs? I asked him. Oh, you know, wind and water, hills and planets? It was surprising that he could identify any of the symbols, but I was relieved that he couldn't read them correctly. Choosing more or less a random door, they went through. Okay, well, yeah, here's all those weird symbols. I guess they're elemental symbols of some sort. We have a doorway 11, a doorway 6, and 38. I know 38 was not something we liked. Interestingly enough, there's like this sort of tall, narrow opening down here that has a very dark door with no number. So we can't go through that, but who knows why that's there. Yeah, no, this room is definitely one I've been to a lot, and like I said, I've died a lot in this game. in this book. So yeah, we're probably going to be ending our journey soon. On the right corner, is that a boot sign? You're saying a boot? Do you mean like one of these symbols here? It's hard for you guys to see the symbols, huh? I mean, I don't see any symbol that necessarily resembles like an object. They kind of just seem like random angles and stuff like that. Okay. Alright, you guys want to see the inscriptions? Let me see if I can hold it closer to you without knocking stuff over. Yeah, the battery on my camera is running low, so I think we're coming to the end of our journey anyway. Are you guys able to see that a little better? You think because he's high, he might be able to interpret the symbols? Alright. So, yeah, I don't know. We know 38's really kind of useless. I don't remember if we've been to 6 or 11. Alright, we gotta vote for 6. We gotta vote for 11. We got a double vote for 11 and 6. So you just cancel out your own vote then, Bernie. 6, 11, and 6. Okay. Well, okay. It sounds like you guys are all very torn. No, you didn't cancel your vote. You just voted for both doors. Edward's voting for both doors. I think Italian Rebel was the only one who has a very clear vote. Alright, let's go for 11. Let's see here. Okay. Shit, alright. Oh, I think this works out since my battery's dying anyway. Okay, so here's room 11. An airy room with many doors. It was a big space, but I still felt crowded. I've always hated confinement. Whatever you do, I warned them, don't touch that. This must be an important room, one of them said. It has so many more doors than any of the others. This was not true, but I didn't want to interrupt. With so many paths crossing here, we must be close to the center, she continued. I had noticed this guest before. I would have to be careful. This is an important choice, I said, trying to encourage them. Gratefully, leaving the room behind, we walked all the way to... ... Alright. So the room looks like a cage on the top. We only really have 2 options here, room 40 and 24. And there's a giant button in the middle with some wiring that says, for assistance, please ring bell. But our guide warned us very sternly not to press that button. It's really too bad we can't actually interact with things in the book. Italian Rebel, was it you who mentioned that there's a computer game version of this? Because I would wonder if the computer game version had more interactive possibilities. That would be kind of interesting to try. Because I would push the hell out of that button right now. I would just break it. I'd break it. R.I.P. we're dead. Yeah, no, we're pretty screwed right now. Nice, I was blocked for too many messages. Okay, 24. Edward, I think you know where you're leading us, don't you? I'm currently looking around for a downloaded version to send you. Oh, right on, that'd be cool. I'd love to check it out. Alright guys, so I don't know if we've been to room 40. I'm pretty sure we haven't been to 24. So, what do you guys say? Edward obviously says 24. This wiring is like very gnarly looking here. Very gnarly. Alright, 24. Alright, I think we're gonna go through room 24. Oh, the bad room. The room I know all too well. It says, a place of unlimited darkness. Where are all the doors? They asked nervously. We can't see any doors. Be careful where you step, said a cold voice. This spot is taken. Dozens of eyes blinked at us in the Stygian gloom. By the time my uncertain visitors turned to ask me what to do, I was already far away. There are no doors, said the voice. You are here with the rest of us now. Even my bellowing laughter couldn't fill this place. Game over, you guys. We found the bad room. But I think we were doing pretty good for quite a while there, actually. I have a good news, kinda. You have good news, Rebel? Edward, you killed us. Jokage, I'm pretty sure you voted for 24 as well. Yeah, so we can. I'm not sure. Well, I think the way you're supposed to play it is you have to start over from the beginning. That's the way you're supposed to play it. But we can, I can probably watch over the footage and like figure out where we were kind of on track or, where we seem to be getting off track for sure. Yeah, definitely remember that 24 is the bad room. Okay, well, we can't restart today because my battery's dead and my cat's screaming at me, and so we'll have to do, if you guys want, we can just do another live stream and pick up where we left off. I will be announcing when that will be, probably another Saturday afternoon, and I'll put it on my Facebook page, I'll announce it on this channel also, so you guys can catch that live stream for next time. Oh, that's cool, there's a web version. And if you guys want, if you feel like it, there's a website called intotheabyss.net that has a lot of information about this book. It has like solutions to a lot of the puzzles, so if you don't want spoilers, I would navigate that website carefully. But there's a lot of really interesting just sort of like information and clues about how the book is structured and how the clues kind of work and stuff. It's just interesting if you want to check it out. Yeah, I have read a couple of solutions for some of the rooms on that website, and a lot of the puzzles or riddles are very language based and are like based on like making certain types of associations that I think are not necessarily like culturally universal, if you know what I mean. Like making random associations, from different items, from like different fables or stories that are kind of particular to the author's upbringing. So I do think that some, probably a lot of the puzzles like might be more difficult for some people who like are from a different generation or whatever, but they're still interesting though, like if you look at what some of the solutions are. All right guys, cool. Well, thanks for joining me. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys helped me out with this, because actually we together as a group fared way better than I have ever done on my own with this book. So I think this was a good idea. It worked out well. I got to see a lot of new rooms this go around. Yeah, keep an eye out for the announcement for the next time we'll do this, so you guys can join me again. Yeah, it was lots of fun. Thanks, guys. And sorry about that. I almost dropped you. I just wanted to say bye in person. Alright, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Take it easy, okay?